What we need, with apologies to Joe Lenardi, a wokatology bracket.
Oh, Lord.
To assess the most unhinged Democrats trying to take over the Democratic
see the
Party. Right now. I've
passion.
got my number one seeds. We got Jasmine Crockett. We got AOC. We got Ilhan Omar. Now, the fourth one I'm undecided about. I'm tempted to give it to Chris Murphy because he's just really picked up his game in the last two to 3 weeks. But I really think we need a bracket to see which of these crazy Dems is going to ultimately take control of this party and bring its approval ratings from 29 to even lower depths. That's my approach.
Governor Pritzker's chief of staff, Ann Caprara, has said the following. The fight going on in the Democratic Party right now is not between hard left, right, and moderate. It's between those who want to fight and those who want to cave. And it gives me no pleasure to say this to you because we are friends, but I think you caved. I think you and 9 other Democrats caved. I don't think you showed the fight that this party needs right now because you're playing with by a rule book where the other party has thrown that rule book away.
Oh, true.
And so in my view, what you did really was, in supporting that GOP partisan bill that Democrats had no input in, you cleared the way for Donald Trump and Elon Musk to gut Social Security, to gut Medicare, to gut Medicaid. Why did you lead Democratic senators to play by that book that the Republicans are not playing by?
They don't care if people die. They don't care if people suffer. We want you to be straight
She has a
with
COVID
us.
mask.
How do we go to the next level to fight this?
Call, write letters, show up at places when you can. Show up in front of their office. Tell them how pissed off you are and how bad this is for our country and how there are people inside the house that you are trying to burn down.
I got asked a question. Who's in charge? Who's the leader of the Democratic Party, Governor? And I said, the people are. There is not going to be a charismatic leader ride in and do this. It is going to be people coming out on a beautiful Friday afternoon, demanding change and holding people accountable.
Yeah, they're
So
gonna
y'all don't have a
continue to
leader.
lose.
Yeah, well,
They're going to continue to lose.
So y'all don't have a leader.
and voters also said they're looking for leadership, you know? And so I guess the question is, which Democrat do you see stepping up to lead the party?
You need a leader with fight. I've said it over and over again. This is not about
You
being
lead
a
'em.
resistance party. That's very passive.
hell.
This is about being an opposition party, which is an action. That's very, very active. And when you look at leaders that it seems that people are supporting, you're looking at the Jasmine Crockett's, who doesn't care, who's going to fight for you. You're looking at the Al Green with his cane, who's saying, my constituents need Medicaid. You're looking at that. You're looking at, I would say, an
The House
AOC.
nigga?
Her name keeps on coming up because she's out there every single day saying, this is what we need to do. So what I want to see is I want to see somebody meet energy with energy. I want to see a Democratic leader that doesn't capitulate, that doesn't make deals with the other side when the other side is interested in making deals. It's their way or the highway. Let's see a leader that's willing to fight.
I thought this polling was interesting. This is whether Democrats should work with the GOP or stop the Republican agenda. But what I want you to look at here is how this has changed. And back in 2017, 74% of Democrats said they should work with the GOP. Now, 57% say they should stop the Republican agenda. There has been a complete shift in the mindset of the Democratic Party. They want resistance. They want a Tea Party.
100%. And what you just said, we should listen to the people. You said, as a congressman, am I correct in saying that you just said we should listen to the people? Why aren't they listening to the people? There's no leadership. There's nobody
people
doing
chose who they
anything. And
want.
what we saw, honestly, was a cave. Yet again, another example with Schumer saying, I don't want the smoke. And we're asking, I mean, they are begging. She just showed the dramatic
So step up
shift.
to the plate.
I don't understand what the problem is. Why is there nobody, for lack of a better word, with some cojones to stand up and say, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Step up to the plate.
If you know we need it, and I'm not trying to give you the smoke, but if you know we need it, why is it not happening?
Look, we need to throw a punch. That's correct. And the American people want us to throw a punch.
By the way,
And we need to-
political punch, not literal
yes.
punch, because then they're going to say stuff.
Now, of
Adriano.
course, you know, the proposals that they're bringing are
They said
are
bloodbath
horrendous
in
enough
tweets.
for us to do that, and we should do that.
What's
Yes.
horrendous about the CR? It continues funding the government at Biden
Horrendous
budget
about
levels.
the CR is that it is a cut.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
If you do not consider the cost of doing business, if you do not consider that the cost of living, for example, has gone up, that everything has
See,
gone
now,
up.
now you're changing. It's not a cut. You're being
It's a
dishonest.
cut.
It's not a cut.
It's a cut.
It's continuing
A cut is a
funding the
cut is a
government at the
cut.
same levels. It's not a cut. You voted to shut down the government. You voted to lay off every veteran in the federal government. You're making a passionate plea for why Democrats didn't shut down the government. And now Chuck Schumer can't even have a book tour because Democrats are so enraged that the government was. And I'm just confused because last week I was told that people going and expressing their First Amendment rights was part of their democratic and civic duty. And now Chuck Schumer can't even have a book party with Democrats over it. I'm trying to decide.
Scott,
Hey,
I
he's
really
cooking
think
their
that
ass.
Democrats are in agreement with you in the sense that they probably think Chuck Schumer should,
Yes,
to
exactly.
Carrie's point, take the smoke.
2 weeks ago, he was
Show up at
attacking
the
Show
book
up and
events
take the.
and
And
take
he
it.
should show up and take the L. Is what I'm saying. No one's saying he can't have it, Scott. He can do whatever he
Show
chose
up
to.
and
But
take
once
the
again,
L, so
another
just
example
lose,
of him
just to
deciding to
lose?
hide. I would love for him to go on the book tour so that he
What?
can answer the questions of the American people.
This is
Security
crazy.
risk. Perhaps may be true, according to what Abby has said and
Lost
what his office
liberals.
is saying.
No,
But
no,
what-
that's all I was
Who would be
gonna
the
say.
security risk, though?
I
Who
don't
would-
know.
Who
All
would
I'm
be the
saying-
security
Wait a minute.
risk?
The book is about. The book is
Who
about.
is the risk?
Scott,
Can we just admit who the risk is?
The book
left,
is about
right?
anti-Semitism, right? So I guess somebody that might be anti-Semitic might target
So, the left.
Chuck Schumer. Tomorrow,
Yes.
he's supposed to be on The View. I think that hasn't changed. He'll be on the hot seat there.
People are actually excited. NBC News on Meet the
cook
Press,
y'all
they
ass.
reported their polling found the highest level of enthusiasm and the country going in the right direction since 2004, 20 years. So President Trump is doing exactly what he campaigned on.
Facts.
That's why 76% of people said, according to CBS polling, agreed with his State of the Union speech, which included a lot of independents and a lot of Democrats who were watching that speech.
Carrie.
That is why.
Oh, Carrie.
Carrie, my namesake, Carrie.
Yes, my fellow Carrie.
You do know what you're saying is incorrect. I don't care about the polling.
Talk to
The
NBC.
American, I don't care what NBC is saying. I can talk to the people on the streets. Are you on the streets? Are you talking
Absolutely,
to people
I am.
Always
in
talk about
real
the
life
streets.
situations who have everyday jobs who are saying they're unhappy? You know
No one's
very well.
unhappy.
Gas is down.
No, what I'm saying is,
Eggs.
don't do me. Don't try me today, Scotty.
We
what
put
I'm
out a-
saying
Scotty.
to you
put out a
is that
CNN
you
poll.
know,
Are you saying
by and
our polling
large,
is wrong?
No, what I'm saying to you is that you know, by and large, people are not happy. This
No,
is
they're
not,
very happy. They're unhappy with Democrats.
You're happy.
They're happy with Trump.
You're happy. Democrats aren't happy.
me-
We're not happy with Democrats.
Let me
and
try,
what
to,
they're
let me
doing.
try to sort this
Okay,
out real
then,
quick.
then by and large, people are happy based on what he said because the Democrat Party is the majority, which is why you lost the election. This is the problem I have with people like her. They just argue to be right. Like, despite the data,
literally.
despite the
Yeah,
facts, despite the
quite
writing on the
literally.
wall, idiots like her are going to continue to fight for their side to be right, just to be right, because they
Guys.
want to be right. They don't want to be wrong. And that's why the liberal Democrat Party is in
Hold
shambles
on.
and on fire, because
Let's
they
really
refuse
think-
to be wrong.
Let's really think about this, though. So this is a liberal outlet saying that liberals are lost. So you guys thought that y'all were going to be able to run the country. This is quite literally like, okay, we want a coach, but this coach can't even come up with no plays. This coach can't even come up with no plays. If we put you in the situation at the game, you at running America, you wouldn't be able to come out with a W because you have no plays in your system.
They have no coach. See, at the end, she said something that was actually true. She said, Democrats are not happy because y'all have no leadership.
Yes.
Because y'all have wild, radical leaders who
But
say
they want them
things that
radical, though.
no person who is, that is why Stephen A is the most favorable person, and he's not even a politician in their party. He would be their best leader right now because he is the only one who has normal takes, normal old school Democratic takes. Y'all want the most radical
But they
things.
want that, though.
Right.
You wanna know something? You
No,
wanna
they
know something?
party want that. They party
The
argue.
elites want that, but the regular Democrat people
You
don't
know,
want that.
I
Bro,
disagree. I
but they
disagree.
poll
I
only
disagree.
says they want that, though.
Listen.
They
But
poll-
the data says that they want that. The regular
Kinda
Democrat
does.
voters, that people that still support the Democrat Party, are a bunch of people that just do what they're told. They listen to these narratives that's being pushed by the elites, by the media outlets, by the elected officials, and they think it's what they should be in favor of. That's why 57% say they're trying to stop the agenda. What agenda? The agenda is anti-war. Why are we having people, the party that's supposed to be anti-war, in favor of war? Why we have a party that's supposed to be in favor of making America a better place, in favor of everything that's wrong with America? Like, I'm just lost. That's why their party's unhappy. That's why they don't believe in their leadership, because their leadership can't fight. They can't fight
They're
things
too
that are good
radical,
for the
I
country.
think, bro.
They're way too radical.
So that goes. That's the point I'm saying. If the leaders are too radical, I feel like there are normal Democratic people out there.
I don't think so.
Who don't like
It's a few,
furries,
yes.
who don't aren't for trans kids
that's
being mutilated.
That's true.
I think that, so that's why no one, like, people are, Stephen A is rising because he is only the one taking normal stances on things.
It's kind of hard to say that, bro.
That's
We
just
really
how- I
seen
just
the
think-
polling that said they're not doing enough.
And then on top of that,
really don't believe
then on top
polls.
of that, the
saying.
Democrat message to the voters that keep flipping and turning the other way is you're dumb, you're wrong. How you feel is wrong. How you think is dumb. You're not listening to us. We're trying to fight this thing. And everything they've said about the current administration has been a lie. If a Nazi was in the White House and we're getting a democracy
that was
destroyed,
crazy.
why is my everyday life the exact fucking same?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think that only,
Facts.
like, that is a radical stance, bro. I don't think that a normal person on a lie detector test really thinks that Trump is
Obama
Hitler.
doesn't believe that shit.
That's what I'm saying. We saw Obama get on here and say we need those. Damn near is what he essentially said.
He sat next to Hitler, you know. But anyways,
That's what I'm saying.
if
They
AOC
laugh.
ran against Charles, if AOC ran against Stephen A,
She might still win.
She would definitely win right now.
But the fact that we are comparing these things, a ESPN
She might blow him
analyst
out, bro.
who does
We gonna
not
keep it
do
100.
anything.
Bro, I don't
We gonna
know,
keep it
bro.
100. She
As
gonna blow him out.
As they debate, more people are going to fall in love with
Stephen A. himself said that he thinks he could beat them all.
Bro,
Like,
I think,
it's a difference between progressives and Democrats.
but they said, like, you know, they want them to be like
but
that,
also,
though.
we gotta
Like,
think about
that
this, though.
polling said 74%
that was
that
a
they.
CNN poll, bro. A CNN poll said
And
that
it be-
AOC is at the top of the Democrat list.
I
think
can
if they
I can see
debated-
that.
I think if
I
they
can see
debated,
that.
Stephen A. would beat AOC.
I think that he would.
I think AOC would
No,
beat
bro, I
I
Stephen
think
A.
AOC is a fucking idiot.
We might think
I
that.
absolutely,
radical.
But they
I absolutely
party-
hate AOC.
they-
I
their
don't
party,
hate
bro.
anything,
But
I
if they
hate
all
AOC.
rock with her, why would they not be saying that she's the leader? Why are they saying they need leadership?
Yeah.
Because
They
somebody's
saying
trying to
they have
step
no-
up for
everyone
her.
says the Democratic Party has no leadership, and right now she's their quote unquote leader.
I think Stephen A.
Hold on,
could
bro.
destroy AOC.
If AOC was any threat at all, I would believe.
We're
that,
not saying
Hold on,
she's
though.
a threat,
I'm
though.
not saying that. I would believe that Kamala would have got one swing state.
She would have got exactly. That's what I'm saying.
They're literally no threat
They
at
have
all.
no
They have
leader.
to switch it up. You
Yes.
guys are on a liberal channel,
Yes.
calling yourself lost liberals. You guys don't have a
Yeah,
playbook.
they
and
don't
you
have
guys try to
anything
run
going.
my country with my family in. Y'all actually pissing me off, bro. Because y'all don't got no leaders, y'all don't got no coach, and y'all ain't got no plays.
And the Republicans are happy because all the things that Trump said he was going to do, it took a little, I guess 2 months, so not a lot of
That's
time.
not.
but,
That's,
but hold on, pull
that's
up
short.
Hold on.
That's actually
Bro,
short.
it's pissing me off. It's like actually trying to be a coach, like we ran track. A coach coming to our school trying to be a head coach and ain't never ran track.
Well, you could do
To
that.
me, it's like
You could
This
do
is
that.
why Republicans are
You
happy.
could- you could-
Gas down. Look at eggs.
Are you gonna be
Look at the
successful?
eggs, bro. Hold on, bro. In 1 month, from
Almost
$8 to $3 in 1 month under Trump.
Is this a fact though?
Yes, this is a fact.
Yes, this is
Go
a
to
fact.
the store.
This is a fact.
Go to the store. But have you seen the gas prices?
I was literally just at the store an hour
Have you
ago.
seen the gas prices?
Yeah.
Gas here in Texas,
It is looking pretty good.
$2.45, bro.
Yeah,
was
it took me
almost
$40 to
Yeah,
fill my
hold
tank the
on,
other
eggs,
day.
you know, I'm not a grocery shopper. Eggs was at $8. We showed this wasn't in California. Or
No, this is a
something.
fact. My homeboy owns 2 chickens, and 3 of my other homeboys was like, "Can you start selling us some eggs?" And
Eggs
they live
were
in
up
Kansas.
everywhere, bro. Eggs were up everywhere.
$8 though.
Yes.
It was bad, bro. I
So
ate
they
a lot
slaughtered
of eggs,
100
bro.
million chickens.
This is what a leader does. And we were just talking in our last segment about we aren't seeing a clear leader of the party because even though I agree with you with your decision and I see why, but you were only able to get 9 Democrats to go with you. How is that leadership?
Okay. Look, the bottom line is there were a whole
Yeah,
lot
no.
of Democrats who were torn. And they, on the one hand, people were clamoring, do something now, do something now. Now, do we have to act and do we have to fight these Republicans, this right-wing group,
the MAGA.
not all Republicans, every step
She
of
looking
the
at
way?
him with so much hate.
Do it in the smartest way possible. If you're
wrong with
fighting
her?
them and then you end up in this shutdown, let me tell you something. If we ended up a shutdown 3 weeks from now, people would come to me and they'd say, they just cut off my Medicaid. They just got rid of my veterans benefits. Stop it. And I say, we can't, we're in a shutdown. And then they'd say to me, why did you let the shutdown happen?
Yeah.
So a lot of people responded to the anguish. I appreciate it. I am I wake up 3 in the morning sometimes, so worried about the future of the country under these oligarchs or
should.
whatever.
Y'all don't have a
you know,
playbook.
Oligarchs.
You don't care.
I guess.
Yes.
And
I guess.
He said oligarchs.
you've got
He be with Alex and George Soros.
We are fighting them
Billionaires.
tooth and nail in every way we can, but you got to fight them smart. And if you led yourself into a shutdown, which they, by the way, Musk, Doge, vote, they want a shutdown. They
No,
said
they
they
don't.
wanted a shutdown.
Dumbass.
And they thought we'd play into their hands. This guy Vogt, who's head of the Office of Management Budget, has a whole list of what he wants to cut. And the Republican dream, not the Republican dream, the MAGA right-wing Republican dream of decimating the government, you know why they do it? They want tax cuts for the wealthiest Americans. They want to destroy
So hold on,
government,
they get tax cuts
give
and the
all the
government
money
shut
to the
down?
wealthy, and get rid of any
that's why Trump just
regulations
said
that
nobody
they might
under
have.
150
so I
can
felt
pay
an
taxes.
obligation to stop
But
it.
if you're right, if what you're saying is true, how do you explain the fact that Friday Trump publicly congratulated you for this decision? He said you did the right thing. He said your decision, quote unquote, took guts and courage.
No,
Was
he
he
did the
trying
right
to
thing.
trick you?
Troll me.
He's trolling.
He was trolling me.
Yeah.
I know this guy.
It's so confusing, though.
Well,
People are reading that.
He's trying to confuse people.
He lying to
He
their
always
ass.
tries to confuse people.
Pause.
He tries to hide what he does. And by way, that's another. You know, we Democrats are fighting them very hard. And what are we fighting them on? Today, we have a Medicaid Day of Action. Hakeem and I have set this up for the Senate and House. And we have senators and congressmen going to all different parts of their states and districts talking about how bad the Medicaid cut would be and why give tax cuts to take that money away from people, average folks, and give it to the very wealthy. God almighty, these guys are rich enough. God bless them. They don't need more money, but they're so greedy.
Same playbook, buddy.
You know what's
Trump
sad?
he tries to hide all this. He tries to hide all this about talking about Greenland or changing the name to the Gulf of
We got that done.
America. This is another way of him trolling.
Distracting.
Distracting.
Yes.
Senator,
Oh,
I want
wow.
to ask you, because I actually do agree with your decision to keep government open. I think no one wins. It costs the economy billions of dollars. Federal workers are left in the lurch in a shutdown. But I'm a Republican. I'm not really your core constituency.
They're very nice. I have a lot of relatives who are Republicans.
There are many nice ones. But some of the progressive members of your caucus are not the House caucus are not with you. Jasmine Crockett questioned your leadership. Hakeem Jeffries dodged a question about your alignment over this and obviously voted the other direction. There seems to be a disconnect between the younger generation and some of the newly elected Democrats and yours. Do you believe that the party has confidence in you to continue to serve as its leader? And as somebody who is influential in helping Biden's decision to step aside, do you think it might be time for you to?
No. I think that, my Senate caught first, you asked who's the leader. When we don't have a president, there are a lot of leaders. We have a lot of really strong talent in the Senate, in the House, in the governors. We have a great bench. But as for the Senate caucus, of which I'm the leader, I should be the leader. And let me just say this. One of the things I am known to be very good at is how to win Senate seats. In other words, I'm a strategist in terms of recruiting candidates, helping the candidates run campaigns and win it. Look, winning in 2026 in the House and Senate, which could stop Trump once and for all, is vitally important. Okay, so I did this in 2005, but just recently, in 2020, everyone said they'll never get the Senate. And we pulled off something that many people regarded as a huge surprise. We won the 2 seats in Georgia. We got John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock, the first African-American ever elected in Georgia in 100 years or a long period of time. And so I am good at that. But second, I'm sort of the orchestra leader, and I have a lot of talent in that orchestra. So what I do is I show them off. We have some great spokespeople, people like Chris Murphy and Brian Schatz. We have, Democrats are learning to do the digital social media much better than we did before. I put Cory Booker and Tina Smith in charge. And then we have Bernie going out to Republican areas and doing rallies and rallying.
Everybody talk to you with
we
their
have
glasses
a load
like
of
that.
talent in our caucus, and I'll tell you one thing. We are totally united in one thing. Many things, but one thing above all.
Not many
we
things.
are united in going after Trump.
I knew it.
Showing
That's true,
the
they
American
are.
people that he is
Ain't
making
gonna
the
work.
middle class pay for the tax cuts on the rich.
I knew
Today
it.
we're
That's the
doing it
same
on
strategy
Medicaid.
they've been
We're
using.
going to do it very soon on the
Trump
tariffs. He
bad.
wants to put these tariffs in. It's going to raise you folks, the average
just seen the
family,
stats.
$22,000 a year for these
Just
tariffs.
seen
Why
the
is he doing
stats.
that? Something so stupid.
Y'all was charging us billions
He
on
wants to use
illegals.
that money for tax cuts for the billionaires. The Republican Party is a different kettle of fish than it used to be. And that's why we're fighting them so
What about the
hard.
Democratic Party?
They are controlled by a small group of wealthy, greedy people.
I
You know
have
what
a
their
comment to
attitude
make.
is? I made my money all
might
by
ruffle some
myself.
feathers.
How dare your government take my money from me? I don't want to pay taxes. Or, I built my company with my bare hands. How dare your government tell me how I should treat my customers, my the land and water that I own,
Are you serious?
or my employees? They hate government.
Yeah, stop
Government's
his
a
ass.
barrier to people. The barrier to stop them from doing things. They want to destroy it. We are not letting them do it, and we're united.
Can we pause? So at the end, he said, Americans are wrong for the government taxing them, telling them what to do with their businesses, controlling them, telling them what to do, saying they're wrong, and saying that his party won't allow it. No wonder your party's losing.
Yeah, they're
I have a comment that might ruffle some feathers, but once people of his generation and Joy and Anna and all them old people, once they start dying out, we'll be better off.
Well, young voters,
we might be-
voters are going right.
I'm keeping it 100. Once
We might be a
once
problem,
that generation
bro.
of people and people like him start dying, we will be better off.
I don't
Dead
know,
ass.
bro.
So Trump
I
is
don't
popular
know.
among young voters.
I don't know,
Dead
bro.
ass.
It's a
But like
crazy-
our
that's a crazy
generation is
statement,
the generation that's pushing all this wild shit.
No,
man.
it's not. It's
It's
actually,
the
it's
ones
actually,
right
it's actually
now,
the ones
yeah.
above us, millennials.
yeah,
Gen
yeah.
Z is actually rejecting this at a
No,
way
Gen Z
higher
is,
rate.
yeah.
Check the stats, buddy.
Yeah.
I think
35.
I think
Bro,
it's more pushed in our
definitely
generation,
millennials.
bro.
It's definitely
Gen
something.
X.
It's definitely something we see more in our generation. But millennials are the ones that normalize this shit. And
Gen
baby
X.
boomers like him that are in control, people born in the 50s that's 70, 80 years old. Once they start dying, our generation will be better off. Period. I strongly believe that.
All I'm gonna say is,
Sorry.
I don't know, gang.
I gotta keep it 100. Who do you think's in power? All these old ass senators, Pelosi, him.
No, that's
all
the
the Joe
problem.
Biden, all these old ass
But
people.
like, look at the
What are you
audience,
talking
bro.
about?
All these
Bro,
young.
we don't
What are
know
you
who their
talking
audience
about?
is, bro. Either way, bro.
Look at who
Look,
the young
bro.
voters. Look
Either
at which
way-
way young voters are swinging. More young people are turning
That's
to the
a fact.
right.
But look though,
Gavin Newsom's son. He's a fan of who? Charlie Kirk,
But look
not his
though,
dad.
look
Come
though,
on, bro.
look
The
though,
facts
look
are
though,
there.
Look though.
The
As
facts
long
are
as
there.
they have people like AOC, Jasmine, this idiot,
They're
and
done.
Hakeem
They're done.
Jeffrey,
They won't win.
They will never, ever, 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 ever win.
As long
And
as
you
this,
can
is,
say
their,
that.
as long as this
never
is their
win, bro.
party strategy,
Yeah.
just to fight the right rather than find some bipartisan common
Times.
ground, how you can improve the lives of your constituents
I really keep it
in the
100.
face of
They
a
say
of
nothing
opposing
normal
party.
people
They,
like.
they come with no strategy. Every day we see these people come on TV. Oh, Trump bad. We're gonna fight Trump. Oh, Trump. What is your strategy
Yeah.
on finding bipartisan ground to help your constituents?
He just said
Oh,
that.
we're gonna fight
That's
Trump.
still their still
Oh,
same strategy. But hold on though.
What?
We know this
Shit
has
pisses me off,
This
bro.
election was the most nastiest sweep
Ever, yes.
in
Yeah,
election
for sure.
history.
For sure.
This is
Not
y'all
ever.
same.
Not
Besides
ever.
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan.
It was top two. Either
But
way.
no, but from what was expected, yeah, it was. It was.
So,
for
and
a
this is
lot of
y'all
time, for
same
sure.
thing y'all gonna do in
It's
the
not
top
gonna
of
work. Facts.
And then Kamala, we know she's extreme, but AOC,
way more extreme.
Oh,
she's
yeah.
the top of their.
I said it yesterday. I said
he
Kamala
said he
will
think-
win over AOC. If they ran against each other,
Yeah.
which they might in the primary, Kamala will beat her.
Kamala will
Keep
whip
it
her
high.
ass.
hey.
Bro, and then you want to know something? Who's the strongest base of the Democrat Party? Black women. You think they finna vote for AOC over Kamala Harris?
No.
You're a damn fool.
But I'm gonna keep it 100
don't
also.
know.
To debunk
What?
everything.
Are you insane?
To say that,
Are you insane?
Hold on,
92%.
Hold on,
Yeah,
hold
you're
on.
delusional.
Hold on. To say
You're
that,
delusional.
that Trump in the Republican Party doesn't rock with the middle class, but the whole middle class voted for Trump. And on top of that, what did the Democrats do? What were they all posting after? Oh, the educated people, we voted for Kamala because y'all aren't very smart. Little snooty looking down their nose, little Harvard ass niggas, because that's what they are being indoctrinated at these universities. And on top of that, we put up the stat from Patrick David a while ago. More billionaires voted for Kamala than Trump. So
endorsed her, yeah.
why would they do that if it's gonna give them tax breaks with Trump?
They wanna
None of
keep
that
the
makes
people
sense.
brainwashed.
No taxes for people under 150K a year. They're trying to do that. These things don't make sense, guys.
Hey, power to the people. We have never had. I don't believe we had this much control in anything as far as
They're in
ever
shambles.
in America.
Everyone
Like,
knows that.
I mean, the platforms
They have no
are
one that
different.
makes us fear.
Hey, free speech. It's been amazing.
Hey.
Oh, and the black girl earlier on CNN, she said one thing. We have no one with any cojones, and that's because Democratic men typically don't have. Okay.
You guys are the
Facts.
only people holding America back. These Democrats.
That is facts.
Let us know what y'all think.